Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of Ore Campaign 15, Week 7, Day 5. So today, of course, we got ourselves some Bounty Hunter, but we're going to be doing a little bit differently this time. Main thing that we're going to be doing is actually rushing down the first 19 battles. One thing that we've pretty much always had enough points to do, but never really bothered to do, is you can actually sacrifice some of your points on some of the initial fights. This does make it so if you lose a Valraven, you'll be at a bit of a tighter situation. And obviously if you just outright lose a battle. But of course, we're pretty much at the point where we never lose the final battle, and we haven't lost a Valraven in a very, very long time in this mode. So the game plan is pretty much, yeah, just quick kill the first several. You still have to use pretty much a pure bounty hunter team, where you use the bounty captain plus two, normal bounty troops. But it does allow for one singular other thing, and we're probably going to use Archmage's Black Manacle. Just keep it simple. But, we could use pretty much anything, so we're going to try that strategy. It's been a strategy for a while, but I've never actually bothered using it, so we'll give it a shot this time around. It doesn't save that much time. I think at max it'll save us about 15 minutes, because it only saves you time on the first 19 battles, then you do the rest like normal. But it does save a little bit of time. And given that Bounty Hunter takes a little less than 2 hours, that would bring it closer to, like, what, an hour and a half or so? While still giving all rewards. You wouldn't want to do that if you're going for leaderboard. But if you're just going for, the 250,000 to get everything, which of course we will be, then that's pretty much the game plan. My mail is looking really weird now. Also, we got this thing. I'm not sure what this is for. Does anyone actually know what this is for? I saw this earlier today, and I'm slightly confused as to what it's doing, other than just free loot. But it says, congratulations on completing and resetting the Exalted Path. We saw that you missed out on collecting rewards for the previous iteration of the Exalted Path. So here are those rewards, which honestly aren't that bad. 61 Exalted Keys. Hey, maybe we'll open some. 500 gems, some Dragonite, some Cursed Runes, some Writs, some Shards. It's not awful. I'm not sure why we got it, though. Like, obviously it's related to this. But I'm confused as to what it is for. Because it can't be for all the previous sections, because it would be way higher than that. It is compensation for levels you missed out on. But we didn't miss out on any levels? Unless you mean all the way down to, like, level 1, but the reward should have been way higher than that. And if you're talking about, like, 1,000 to 1,500, it also should have been higher than that. It's 500 extra levels? Is it? Because I could have sworn we got more from that. Is that all the reward from 1,000 to... Oh, maybe it's the free side. Oh, for us, it's 1,000 to 1,500. Okay, I see. I was going to say, because there's no way that's all the way from 1 to 1,000. But yeah, that might be everything from 1,000 to 1,500. I see. Okay. Well, let's go claim it. That's quite a few big loot there. And unfortunately, we do have to claim all these one by one. We're still keeping our XP thingy there. And I definitely don't dare to claim these on mobile whenever I'm checking Tribute. Because I know I will misclick it if I do. Honestly, I'm almost pretty certain I will eventually misclick this even on PC. As the buttons are literally on top of each other, though they do have a slight delay. But of course, we're stalling all the XPs for Guild Wall next week. That is the game plan for them. As you can see, this one was from 2 days ago, this one was from yesterday, and we'll have another one from today, which we don't get till tomorrow, of course. Gosh, how many legendary tasks did people do? Now, it's almost annoying when people do legendary tasks midweek. Or really at any point, because even on next Monday, we'd still have to claim all this. Come on, why don't these stack? Why haven't they made all these stack? Gosh, look how many there are! It's like every legendary task everyone in the guild did today. Gosh. That's the only annoying thing about stacking these EXPs. They really should just make them a separate currency and have it activate just like how Palooza's do. Wait, did we just get a mythic? Oh no, that's a legend. I thought that was a mythic for a second. No, just useless legends. Ah, there we go. And our 2 XPs are intact and ready to go for next week. There they are. That's for later. Anyways, so where should we start? We got a lot of things to go do. Let's start, I guess, with Bounty Hunters, the biggest thing that we have going on right now. So let's go build our slightly different team. First things first, I need to go buy the troops, so let's go do that. We need to go to, well, for one, it would probably help if I click on the right game mode. Click on shop. And how many do we need here? I think it's just tier 5 and then double blue. Let me just double check. How many gems is that? 90, 210, 410, 710. Can we get away with a 410? Let's do a 410. Yeah, I think we can still get it from there because that gets it to You're what rarity? That would get you to epic, I think. Because that'd be 2 rarities up from rare. So yeah, that would get you to ultra rare, then epic, and then we double a blue orb. Yeah. Okay, anyways. Forgetting how bounty hunter works for a second there. Too many modes. Okay, 90. 210. 410. And we should be good to go, unless I'm forgetting something. But now we do 410. We now go upgrade to troop, because of course you have to upgrade it to get the max points. So we're going to upgrade this thing to epic first. And then we're going to use 2 blue orbs. Which does eat a little bit into blues, but we kind of have enough that that doesn't really matter too much. It's better to have the gem saving. And of course we fully trade it, fully level it. And should be good to go. Alright, level up. Boom, boom, boom. Are we good on everything then? Alright, and that should be everything it needs. And now we can go and build our team then. Alright, so let's go to... Okay, that's going to be fine. Let's go to games, go back to bounty. Go to fight, go to fight. And 2 tweaks I want to make here. Actually, multiple tweaks. Oh, I can't check 2 things at once. Let me just check bounty. I'm looking for mana link. Because we're going a little bit of a different team this time. At least for the earlier fights. Because we're bringing out the Black Manacle. As Archmages, obviously. Let's see. We're bringing out our quick kill. And we'll bring our banner to quick kill as well. Probably double brown just to make sure if we get a bad board, we can still use it. Alright, now I'm looking for bounty hunter links. Well, first things first, before I forget, I need to go put the new bounty troop on the team. Because I will forget if I don't. So there it is. Okay, success. Now, let's go get 2 other troops, ideally ones with purple or brown link or anything that can even remotely help this team. Though ideally just purple or brown link. You have brown link, let's go for that. Do any of you have purple? Actually, can we just get 2 purples? I wish I could check for this and link simultaneously. Because I do not remember, nor can I see on the side their cards anymore, which ones have link, and I do forget. You don't. I'm trying to look for ones that would probably have purple. You could. No. 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 Maybe we might be using that brown link. Might be using it after all. Let's see. If we do go to brown link, that will allow us to double up on purple, so it's kind of still like having purple. Alright, where'd that one go? We'll grab you. Do any of you have purple or brown? Shouldn't be that hard. I know there's one that creates purple, but it's probably never going to get us mana because we're just black manacling it instantly every time. Green link. That's not what we're looking for, though. Oddly enough, you have water link, but that's also not what we're looking for. That's kind of funny. I almost forgot Corpse Mirror even has link. It's one of the reasons why it's actually so good, too. Come on. How's it so hard to get just one of these 2 links? Brown Storm could kind of be okay. How do none of these have the link we need? Come on, green link, that's not the right color. Yellow link, not the right color. One of you have to have it. Come on. Is there not a single one of you that have purple link? With all the bounty troops that exist right now, not a single one have purple. Because I'm starting to think that is the case. I could have sworn at least one of them do, but apparently not. No. Darkstorm's interesting. Some of the Darkstormers start a battle. Well, worst comes to worst, I'm about to go with that. Let's see. That might be what we're going with here. Won't really help us in... Oh, explode red at start of battle. Ooh, hold up. That can not help us. I don't know. Would that help us more than Storm? I'm sure that would help us more than Storm. And yeah, currently there's no bounty hunter troop with purple link. Ah, I did not know that. I think like every color is covered except for purple. Go figure. Convert 5 green gems to burning gems, gain an extra turn. Okay, so he does have auto extra turn. That's nice. We're not going to be using him though, nor like anything on our team other than Black Manacle. I need a different purple banner. I need +2 purple now that we have the extra brown. So we'll go with that, and we're good to go. We have purple storm. It's about as close we're going to get to purple link. An extra brown so we can set our banner more into purple. This thing because it has to be on our team. We don't have a choice. And Black Manacle because we're trying something different this time. So, of course, we only get 24 times multiplier for using Black Manacle instead of 30. However, we are only going to be using this for the first 19, so the battles go a little bit quicker. That's very much the game plan. And we're just using Quick Kill Black Manacle. All 3 of these have to be unique, and one of them has to be the new Bounty Captain. Otherwise, they can be literally anything. I just went these 2 because they help us a little bit more with getting Black Manacle going. And, yeah, that's the game plan. Let's go do our battle. But yeah, we only do this up until the final fight. Because once we have the final fight, we obviously want to go do, you know, the normal strategy we always do. We go get Tagraki out. But this will help speed up the first several fights, bringing them down to literal seconds for some of these. And that's pretty much the game plan. It's a strategy that's been out for a while. I'm not sure what most people do use, but I always love the Black Manacle route. But I've never really bothered using it for this mode. Because it does lower your score, but you still get so much score that you'll be able to get 250,000 by the end of the week. It does take you all the way till Sunday, though. But by the time Sunday hits, as long as we don't lose any Vow Ravens or any fights, we're definitely not losing any fights, but as long as we don't lose any Vow Ravens, we should be able to maximize on spending as minimal as possible while getting decent speed, while still getting everything we need. We're only tier 4, which is 410 gems to finish out the entire mode. And technically 2 blues, but you know, we have enough blues that that's barely anything. But anyways, hello Bill, hello Mr. Z, hello Logix there, hello Outlander, hello Mr. Z. Yeah, it seems like it was compensation for level 1000 to 1500. Interesting. Hello Logix there, hello Sushi Ninja. I feel like the rewards from that area should have been more than what we got though. Hello Supernova, hello Chad. Hello Easy Breezy. Unless 1000 to 1500 gets less than 1500 to 2000, which I guess to some degree makes sense because it takes a short amount of time, but I assumed every 500 bracket would be the same. Because if that's the full compensation from both sides, from 1000 to 1500, that's pretty small compared to what we have at 1500 to 2000. Feels so nice to be able to one-shot in Bounty Hunter. Though we do have to go back to a real team once we hit the final fights, unfortunately. And then we have to drop all the speed. You theoretically could run a team like this the entire time. The problem is you'd have to buy way further than tier 4. You'd have to buy tier 5, tier 6, I'm actually not sure. You'd definitely have to buy way deeper. If nothing else, it would save you on blue orbs. And it would indeed save you time, but it would also cost you a lot more gems. Did you figure out the Soulforge updates? No, that is still nothing. I'm pretty sure that's just related to next patch, and they accidentally released it now. Or, you know, the visual for it got released now. But I'm pretty sure whatever that is related to next patch. Do you do anything? You do, but not enough, so you don't do anything. This battle's supposed to go quick. Where's our win? Get in the... There we go. Oh, I forgot. We actually do damage every time we take purple as well. I keep forgetting about that. We've gotten so much value from that this week. I have no clue why. This week of all weeks is like the week we keep getting a billion kills off of taking purple. But we've been getting a ton of them. At least 5 kills this week we have done off the 1 lifesteal from taking a purple off those hero classes. And I feel like prior to this week, we've almost never killed with it. We've gotten several this week. Some of which were actually really important, too. Not that one we just did, but some of the ones we did earlier. Hello, Isabel! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're up to the point where we have to double cast. It's not ideal, but it does get mana pretty quick if it would ever stop doing its turns. And it's not like they can kill us. Even Bone Dragon's barely even a threat. Oh, we have a spot open? Yeah, if anyone wants to join the guild, we do have an opening. Yeah, the event overall, honestly, Bounty Hunter could really use an update. The loot that you get for doing this event, nowhere's near as good as it used to be back in the day. Obviously, it's never changed, but that's kind of the point of the problem. Is, you know, everything else has been getting progressed, but now, this mode... oh no, he just drained me! But this mode hasn't really gotten a revamp in loot, so it is kind of lagging behind. I don't mind doing it for 410 gems plus 2 blue orbs, just because, you know, that's basically nothing for us. Also, we just did a objective, apparently, for today. But, you know, that amount of resources is basically nothing, and it still barely costs us any gems. Like, to be able to get that, basically, you can almost look like it as if we're converting Orbs of Ascension into a major orb. Because we're spending 410 gems and two Ascension Orbs in order to get 2 random major orbs. So that's basically how I look at this game mode now. It's just like a 1.5 hour event to convert your Ascension Orbs into major orbs. It's kind of what's going down. You get a few other loots too, but obviously the biggest thing are the 2 major orbs. But yeah, they could really update the loot that you get from this. You get a title thing, but it's only worth like 25 gems. You get some trait stones, but those are all useless. 2 major orbs, still the biggest thing. You do get a few small orbs you can get lucky on, a few Vault keys, but you know, compared to Paloozas and everything, pretty small. Get some guarantee celestials if you still need them. A handful of gem keys in there. Portrait, which I think saves you, what, another 25 gems? Or 50, whatever it is. But it looks a bit dated. They could definitely add some other things into this drop table. Could definitely use a revamp. It reminds me a lot of like what the first place for PvP leaderboard is like. Where it's like at one point it's like, oh, that's actually not too bad. And now these days it's like, could really use a complete overhaul. Hopefully some update in the future will end up doing so. It's definitely not as bad as an arena weekend. It's still like worthwhile to actually do on like arena weekends. But it's definitely lagging behind where loot is. Especially since 7.1, where the payout of the weekly events just went up so much. Because one of the unique things about this mode in the past is it was a guarantee way to get 2 major orbs. But now you can do that almost every week. Like, that's not a special aspect anymore. Because now you can do that nearly every week through, you know, whatever the weekly event is. Like, for example, Invasion this week. You get 2 major orbs for completing it. Speaking of which, I wonder if my guild's there yet. But, yeah, that's not a unique aspect of Bounty Hunter anymore. Even though for the longest time it was. As of 7.0, that's not even a unique aspect of it. So, kind of unfortunate. Yeah, they definitely should address that at some point. Though there have been some modes that have just never gotten an update and a buff. And this might be one of them. Actually, it technically is. Bounty Hunter has never had a loot buff. And one of the other kind of unfortunate ones that it never has is Thursday class events. Thursday class events have always been pretty bad value. Can you please cast? That'd be great. Also, why have I not moved you further up in the team? You're like the only useful one to cast on our entire team, and I have you in the last slot. Should probably move it right there. I was like thinking of its colors, like, oh, it's full blocked by black mana gold. It's not going to do much, but it's the only thing on our team that does anything. Because I'm just using them all for their traits, since we're just black mana gold rushing. But, yeah, I should probably move that a little. Also, should be careful. We actually could lose on some of these super late fights. It's very unlikely. But since we're going all in on black mana gold rush, not really paying much attention to what they're doing, it's slightly possible to die to a Bone Dragon, especially if Bone Dragon's on the final fight. Well, then again, we're not doing any fights on the final fight with this team. We'll be switching to a good old Tagraki by then. I need mana. You know, I'm just gonna do this and hope it does something. Because this auto actually turns, so you can kind of just do it to move the board if nothing else. I keep forgetting that even has auto extra turn. What are our guild requirements these days? Also, hello, Abek. Welcome, welcome. Guild requirements, it's pretty much just 2 million gold per month, or per week. Per month. 2 million gold per week, and just do all guild-related events. It's pretty much the only requirements. By guild-related events, you know, like guild wars, invasions, you know, whatever the weekly thing is. I will take that one over. Hey, Devour. Only the other one was already dead. I will kill that one out. Actually, I probably should kill the one that has mana drain. Because I think it'd still be annoying. Are we frozen on yellow? No. Do we have any alignment? Probably not, but I'm still going for it. Because maybe it'll do something. Come on. We need so little to kill this thing. Come on. Get in there. At this rate, we're going to kill it with the burn. There we go, skull. You don't know where to join? Oh, go contact Isabel then real quick on Discord. She'll get you in. Just send her your invite thingy. Oh, did I click on the right room? Okay, I did. Just making sure because I was looking over at chat for a second there. But yeah, Discord, I mean, Isabel has normally been managing that a lot recently. Her and Azala, I think, handle most of it these days. which is very, very helpful. Let's see. Take that one over. I believe she still runs the Puzzle Quest 3 guild, too. Which is pretty much her guild at this point. We started it, but she's maintaining it. Because I haven't done anything in that game in like a year and a half now. For the first year and a half, we were #1 in the game, though. We're still pretty high now. I will take that one. I might eventually come back to Puzzle Quest 3 for a little bit. I say how pay to win it is. Like, Gems of War, the microtransactions I feel are pretty optional. Even though I personally do go for a handful of them here and there. I do feel like it's set up in a way that is super, super optional. Whereas Puzzle Quest 3 is very much not. Very, very much not the case. Alright, this Valraven needs to die because we're actually really pinched on Valravens when we're doing this strategy. So any Valraven that escapes, I think if even one escapes, we actually won't have enough points. We gotta be really careful with them. I know for sure if 2 escape, we 100% will not have enough points. 1, I'm not sure because I've never actually done this exact strategy before. And this strategy basically ends in 2 more fights. After that, we just go back to normal Tagraki build. You only do it for the initial ones. If you do it the entire time, you're not going to have enough points. But you can get away with doing it for the earlier fights just to speed them along a little bit. Doesn't save that much time, but saves like 10-15 minutes because you can just quick kill Black Manacle or whatever other strategy you want to run. It doesn't have to be Black Manacle, it could be anything there. It doesn't feel like it's speeding up too much when we're getting battles like this. Alright, get another Black Manacle in there. Come on, one more and that'll be a wipe. Can I get one more cast off before Hero dies? Probably. We're not frozen, so we can go for that. That did nothing. Wonderful. I'll burn on them. Because worst comes to worst, we could eventually chip damage burn kill. Alright, are we frozen on blue? No, we don't even use blue, so we'll do that. Oh, I should have taken the yellow first. I don't have a cascade over there. I need either brown or... Oh, wait, I can just take a skull, I guess. So I can take the brown, throw it on Black Manacle. Doesn't matter that it doesn't die because he's killed with the other thing. And as match. Alright, we can do one more fight with this team and then back to a real build. Yeah, almost gained a level. Honestly, that EXP booster helped us so much with our EXP there. Puzzle Quest 3 Best Troops of 2019 video. The game didn't even exist in 2019. When did it come out? 2021, I think? Don't remember. And the Steam release I don't think is accurate because it was out before the Steam release, but for like a year and a half. Okay, you need to get poked because I don't have a way to hit you when you're submerged like that. You're just gonna keep re-submerging every time we do anything. And apparently we're just killing them all with skulls at this point, as I completely ignore skull. Whoops. Kinda needed that skull I just ignored. I'll take that one over. Don't you burn us. I have that so we could burn you. And because we have to use it. We don't really have a choice but to use that trip this week. Also, this trip probably won't be used in the future, by the way. It's not bad. In a bounty hunter sense. But, I don't know, I just don't really see it getting used. Like, it's definitely some pretty good Tagraki support, if nothing else. Ooh, how do we go about this? Let me try going for the Devourer first. It's a weird situation because I have to let him skull poke us. Oh, we actually got the Devourer! Wow. I did that just in case we did. And we actually did. Oh, that was nice. Hey, we got another one of the objectives done without even needing to go do it. Alright, and now we gotta go play Bounty Hunter normally. And you know what that means. It's time for Tagraki. You know what time it is. Tagraki, Corpse Mirror, if I can type corpse correctly. Ogre, and obligatory whatever new guy is. What's his name again? I don't remember. Let me just type in Bounty Troop. He's somewhere in that mess. What's this new guy called? He's called... I still don't know. I'm looking at his name and I don't even know what he's called. The Cinderhand Goblin. I think that's it. There we go. Anyways, Ogress there, you there, you there. Change banner accordingly and we're good to go. Double red, one brown, minus purple, and we have a team. And now we play Bounty Hunter normally the rest of the time. And that basically just helps speed through the earlier fights, what we did earlier. Now back to normal team. Alright, 30 max points. Okay, we're good to go. And now we just run this the rest of the time until we have 250,000 points. Which we won't have today, but we'll have by the end of the weekend. Well, we'll use every last sigil we have today and see how far it gets us. Oh, good. There's no Bone Dragon in Final Fight. Unfortunately, there is Keeper of Souls, which might be a little annoying. But no Bone Dragon does make this a little bit easier. Also, I was almost about to take brown and purple. I don't need those colors anymore. What we do need is red, and while I'm pretty sure I won't use him in the future, he is actually really useful this week because he's going to give a lot of red to Degraki. The only downside, though, is he's also going to get in the way of our mana. Because he's going to keep, or not our mana, but our damage output. Because he's going to keep creating burns on them. And that's somewhat a bad thing in a sense. Because those burns will make it so Degraki gets less boost ratio. Though I guess it won't really matter because it's still 2-shot range regardless. We're not going to be able to get in 1-shot range, so I guess it won't really make a difference if it burns or doesn't burn. And us getting burned doesn't really mean anything. It's not like they're going to kill us. I am very doubtful they could do such a thing. Alright, well, let's do this. Get our brown. And does match off a good old Degraki. Also, that's still the best thing about Bounty Hunter, by the way. Being able to say the word Degraki. It is still 100%. Like, if Degraki didn't exist, both his name and his usability, like, Bounty Hunter would be nothing. It would be like the worst mode in existence. But honestly, Degraki, everything about Degraki is the reason I love Bounty Hunter. It's just such a fun word to say, and we get to say it like 1,000 times on Bounty Weekends. And he's actually good. Like, if he didn't exist, Bounty teams would be so clunky. But he's literally the entire meta for it. We might eventually get a Skull meta, but I still feel like we're missing a few components to really use Skull meta properly. There are a lot of ways to build into Skulls for Bounty Hunter. I just don't feel like any of them are worth it at the moment. But we're really close to almost being able to build like a really viable Bounty Hunter Skull build. But not quite all the way there. Oh yeah, the game's on the 2nd year anniversary. So yeah, that means it's been going for about 3.5 years then. Because it was in beta for a year before it launched. Then it launched, or a little over a year. I think it was like a year and some amount of months. And then it launched. And apparently they're at 2 years now. Gosh, that game's already like 3 years old. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I guess it has been that long. Alright, we always need to make sure we prioritize Valraven. As the strategy that we just did made us exceedingly tight on Valravens. I'm actually not sure how many we're allowed to miss. I want to say 0, but we might be able to miss 1. All I know is we need to try definitely making sure we don't miss any. Just in case. So anytime we see Valraven, we must full focus it immediately. And make sure we don't give any yellow. Hey, a booty gem. I almost forgot those even exist. Booty gems have been very much like bomb gems in that they have done absolutely nothing the entire season. Not as bad as bomb gems. Because these do nothing, but they're supposed to do nothing. They're supposed to just give you gold. Bomb gems were like supposed to do something, but effectively did nothing. There were a lot of times, it's basically a mana accumulation gem that effectively gave you less mana in a lot of situations due to how it functions. Because if you're doing a mash destroy and you trigger a bomb gem, the bomb gem does 50% mana accumulation, whereas your destroyed is 100%. So there'd be some weird situations where you would actually reduce your potential amount of mana accumulation with bomb gems. Which, yeah, it was horrible. It's, from a power standpoint, it's probably the weakest gem we've ever had. I would even say, despite Booty Gem technically not having any power at all, I would say Booty Gems still have more power than Bomb Gems. Because there were times where Bomb Gems would, like, actively take away what you were doing. Whereas at least these just give you gold, which isn't reducing your power at all. And in some situations, if you have a gold boost ratio, team will actually increase their power. Otherwise, it does kind of nothing. But kind of nothing is better than actively, like, hurting your team. So, yeah, that's still fine. I'll take that over. I need you to not summon. Do you do it based on kill? 50% chance to summon a white when an enemy... Okay, yeah, that's almost never going to summon. But I think it was a different condition. I knew he had a summon, but I forgot it was based on kill. And of course, he's never going to get a kill. Which means he's never going to summon, which means he doesn't actually have summon. It is not a single time going to get a kill on us. Unless he gets really lucky. Which actually, now that I say, I shouldn't say that. He might eventually. If he gets like a 5-time skull on us or a quad skull or something, there's a chance he could actually get a kill. Orcus is tanky, but not that tanky. Though once it dies, it becomes another summon, so... Ogres is so unkillable. It's actually weird how ridiculously tanky they made Ogres. Because not only is the troop itself tanky, but then afterwards, you summon another tank with the highest durability of any troop in the game while having Impervious. And while it doesn't have score reduction, it does have Impervious to go with it. Alright, let me throw the first Tagraki so we can then throw the second Tagraki. Are we frozen on green? Yes. Alright, let's do this then. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done that for free. And then, done this. I keep forgetting we have this guy that has auto extra turn into our Tagraki. That's a lot of value to be had. That's why we're trying to cascade purple and we don't use purple anymore. I'm still thinking black Manacle from earlier. Even though this team does not need those colors. Well, it does need brown. Does not need purple, though. I'm going to try for Skull off of Sky and just hope we get it. We did not, but he gets Skull distracted, so now he's dead. Maybe they'll give us Soul, Heroic Gem, or Glory. Honestly, I would love if they did a Soul one. Soul would be kind of interesting. Because Soul Boost Ratio teams, I do feel like, are better than the average Gold Boost Ratio team. But they both have their strengths. Let's see. What do we need here? We'll take that one over. Yeah, Booty Gem is kind of funny because it's actually very similar to a gem they've had in their past games. Because in Puzzle Quest 1, which Gems of War is based heavily off of, they had a gem that you could take that was literally just gold, and another one that was just EXP. So they would never add an EXP version. Of course, the equivalence to that in Gems of War would be like a soul version, in a sense. Let's see, we'll take that one over. But instead of having 6 colors, they only had 4 colors, and 2 of the gems were EXP and gold. Instead of brown and purple, I think were the other 2. I don't remember what the 4 colors were. I know purple was one of the ones that wasn't included. I think green might have been the other one. Purple and green weren't included. Actually, can't remember what the fourth or missing color was, or the second missing color. Because they had red, blue. I know red, blue definitely were things. Yellow was as well. Red, blue, yellow. What would have been the 4th color? I actually don't even remember. I know purple was one of the ones that was missing. Oh, wow. We only just now hit our battle quota? That's weird. Alright, oh, we gotta go complete a delve. Nah. Should we go do that real quick? Let me go do that real quick. What's the quickest way for us to go do a delve? Tell me I have City of Thieves at 50. Well, it's already half done, so let's just do it here. Oh, no, I'm using Rowain build on 500. Oh, no, this is 50. I read it wrong. Hold up. This is exactly what I wanted. Hold up, hold the hold-ups. I somehow looked at it wrong twice. But, let's do that. Rowain, dead. I don't have armor buff, but it should be enough damage even without it. And it should count as a delve completed. And we can actually queue up a deep delve now for this place. Might as well. Oh wait, no. Did we ever get the deep delve for this yet? No, that's like a week or 2 from now. Never mind, it didn't get deep delve. It's getting one this month, but it hasn't happened yet. Never mind. I forgot, that hasn't actually happened. Whoops, I forgot. The deep delve variant for this place is coming on the... Is it next Friday or the following Friday? I actually forget now. It's one of these 2 upcoming weekends. I think it's 2 Fridays from now. We're getting deep delve for City of Thieves. But anyways, there we go. We now have our EXP booster, and obviously we're not collecting it. Oh, should we go open our Exalted Keys? You guys wanted to see earlier some Exalted Keys on stream. And we opened a very small amount earlier. Though we do have 60 to go open now. The drop table still seems to be the same as far as troops, and resources haven't really changed much. Can we get anything lucky here? Nope, still the same amount of writs and everything. Gosh. This drop table is honestly not that good. These keys are so average. Like, if it was way easier to get these keys, this drop table would be kind of cool. But for how long it takes to get even like 40 exalted keys, you know how long that takes? Here to leave a like? Oh, thank you, Sonny. Greatly appreciate it. These keys are actually pretty disappointing, to be honest. Like, if they were as common as glory keys, this loot would be so good. But with how slowly you get them, like, it seems like we're opening a lot the last week. But going forward, we're going to be getting, like, an average of, like, 2 a week, or 1 a week, if you count, like, the total amount of our leveling. Oh, the 28th, thank you. There we go. Bill Warhammer just said it. 28th. Oh, wait, that's 3 weekends from now, then. Gosh. We'll just open the last 10. Disappointments. And, of course, no mythic from any of them. No Orb of Ascension, though we did roll the Orb of Wisdom on one of them. But, yeah, it's kind of average. If they were way easier to get, that drop table would be pretty interesting. But the problem is we get those keys at such a glazily slow rate. Like, the reward that you get from them is so small relative to how slow you get the key. If you got the keys quicker, their drop table would be fine. But you get so little for how long it's going to take us to go get more keys. Like, for example, to be able to get 7 more is going to take us, like, 3 weeks. Or then again, I shouldn't say that because we're about to get 1.5 billion XP next Guild War. But where's the little thingy for it? Like, for us to get the next thing, we'd have to get to level 1,850. Which means I need to go get 5 levels. And 5 levels is going to take us until Guild War of next week. But beyond that, let's say we want to get, like, some more. We're going to get 3 more, like, a month later. Maybe not a month. Like, let's say, like, 2 or 3 weeks later. It's almost, like, 1 a week at that point. And then again, like, almost 1 a week. Like it's almost 1 a week with, like, this interval. If we're getting 3 every 10 levels, and I guess you get a little bit of a boost there. But if you're only getting, on average, 3 every 5 levels, we are basically only getting 1 key a week, in a sense. Like, 1 single exalted key a week. Of course, that could vary because, you know, we're going to have some big bursts with the XP bonus thing. But that does effectively, with the extended pass that gives us the extra loot, is basically only giving us 1 exalted key a week. Which is not a lot. If that was closer to, like, per day. Which I guess if you grind it enough, it technically would be. But, you know, with the average amount of playtime, it's going to take a while. Anyways, let's keep doing bounty until we're done with bounty. And by done with bounty, I mean until the sigil number says 0. And then we'll hand out the first code, then we'll clear all the other dailies. Go from there. But back to Degraki team. Oh, sorry, 24th. I was going to say 20th seems a little bit late. But yeah, 24th. This sounds a little more correct. I guess 3 weeks from now. Or 3 weekends from now. Let's see. Oh, no, never mind. That's 2 weekends from now. Oh, yeah, so it's not next week, but the following week. Okay, that's what I thought earlier. Okay, that makes sense. Isn't that what I initially said? Not next weekend, but the following weekend? So, yeah. That is correct, then. Yeah, I did remember correctly for once. I'll throw that down. You're hoarding your exalted keys for, like, ever? Why? In hopes that they buff it? I don't think they will. It's one of the reasons why I opened all my exalted keys. I am pretty confident they will never buff exalted keys. I'm not sure why. But I am, like, 95% certain there will never be an exalted key buff. The troop drop table for them might rotate or something. But that barely matters because the troops you get from them don't really matter too much. And given that we have every troop in the game, I personally wouldn't even care if that got buffed. This wouldn't even help us even if it did. But I don't know. You're just too lazy to open them? Hey, there's writs in them. Like, honestly, they are good keys. It's just the quantity that you get of them is so horrifically bad. Like, in theory, they're actually better than some keys that exist now. The issue is you get them so slowly. Like, it might not seem like that because we've gotten, like, 200 in a week. But beyond this point, we're getting, like, a few per week, if that, not even. Like, we'll be lucky if we get, on average, like, 1 or 2 a week. And their drop table does not reflect being able to accumulate them at about a few a week. Their drop table reflects you get them by, like, the hundreds. Which is so weird, because you don't get them nowhere near that quick. The only reason we have recently is just because, you know, we were cashing in on all the ones that we've already, you know, accumulated over time. But the actual accumulation rate is abysmal relative to what they have in them. But the keys themselves, if you were to have gotten them like at 10 times to 20 times the current rate at which you get them, you know, they would actually be kind of good. But that's not the case. You get them way slower than that. Glazily slow relative to what their drop table is. It's just weird because their drop table is not scaled to the rate at which you get them, like at all. And if they were, then they would be a little bit more interesting. But unfortunately, they're not too good. At least relative to quantity obtained. I'll take that one over. Yeah, almost at another level. Nice. It looks like we got about a dozen more bounty battles left. Maybe we won't do all of them right now. We'll go down to maybe like 5-ish. Save some for the other days. Still would have gotten us a good chunk in. Because we're going to have to do it throughout the weekend regardless, so. And the main reason being is with the strategy that we were using overall, it's literally impossible to even get it done today. We were trying to do it with as minimal resources spent as possible. Also minimizing the speed at which to get them completed. Because over the course of the weekend, it should only take us about an hour and a half. This stream we would have put in like 45-ish minutes. Over the rest of the weekend, we put in the other 45-ish minutes. You're trying to save on gems. How many tiers should you buy? Tier 4, 5, or 6 is normally the buy-in option. We did tier 4 with double blue orb. We've been doing that lately. In the past, I used to do tier 5 with 1 blue orb. But with how much gem pinching we have to do with every mode these days, I've been going tier 4 with 2 blues. Instead of tier 5 with 1 blue. But you could do it based on how many blues you have. Like, if you have a really small amount of blue, you might still want to do 5 with 1 blue. But we have so many that we're just doing 4 with 2 blues. Do make sure to upgrade it before... make sure to ascend it before you use the blue orbs. Otherwise, you'll be wasting blue orbs. You got your first copy of Def from the Exalted Keys? Nice. You actually got the 0.1% Def roll. Yeah, even if we got the Def from that, it would mean almost nothing. Because, of course, we already have it. And he's not really good with multiple. Plus, I think I already have multiple of them. Which is pretty much like troop drops in a nutshell. For how our account is currently progressed. Like, they mean nothing. We could randomly get a mythic across the entire guild. And the more exciting part about it would be that everyone else in the guild will be able to have it. Because we probably would have no use for it whatsoever. That is one nice thing about getting a mythic in from the guild. Is not necessarily that we get the mythic. It just ensures that everyone in our guild has the mythic at that point. Because at that point I don't need a question like, hey, does someone in the guild not have this mythic? It's like, oh, yep, everyone has it now. Because of course we gain almost no benefit whatsoever from any of those. With a few exceptions, sometimes we'll get a second copy of one that's like not horrible to have 2 copies of. But otherwise, it's just nothing. It's another one for the pile. Is Def the only mythic you can get from Exalted Keys? Yes, I believe so. Based on how weird the drop table is, I wouldn't be surprised. It's the only one I've seen rotating in the little image there. So yes, I would assume Def is the only mythic you can get from Exalted Keys right now. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm pretty confident that Def is the only mythic you can get from Exalted Keys currently. Oh, I should have taken that brown. Whoops. That was so much mana. And he actually needs red too, which is unfortunate. But luckily, it doesn't really do much with it. It doesn't really do much with anything. Why do I think they will never buff Exalted Keys? Mostly because it's for, like a new player kind of progression thing. Because they're never going to buff the lower keys, so they're probably never going to buff Exalted Keys. So I guess if they were to buff any of them, Exalted would be the most likely one to get the buff. But, it's mostly tied to new player progression. And while they've been doing a lot of buffs to new player progression, I don't know. Like, they could, but I feel like it's very doubtful. Because this patch technically did. But you have to keep in mind, these keys kind of already existed and already just got buffed. I'm not sure if any of you guys remember, but the Exalted Keys we technically have right now kind of already existed before this patch. Remember that one patch that was meant for newer players where we got, like, that one random key? I forget exactly what it was called, but it was, like, some kind of key, and we got, like, a dozen of them. And then after that, you could never earn any more of them again. Those were just smaller Exalted Keys. They weren't called Exalted Keys. They were called, like, whatever that lower tier called them. But that's basically what that key is, and I think that key still exists in the game. It just affects the first level 100 levels, like, you know, like brand new players. But yeah, Exalted Keys basically are the buffed version of the key that already existed in the game. So it'd be weird if they, like, double buffed it already. Like, so soon after, or even ever. So, I don't know. I just don't feel like they would, because technically the patch you just did is the buff to that key. Because that key has already existed. It was only ever accumulatable at, like, 12 amount, and then never again. But now you can get them infinitely, and now there's different tiers of it, and the highest tier is Exalted. Because the key has existed for almost a year now. Just under a bit of a different system. And without the capability of infinitely accumulating it. What's the reason you never open Epic Vault Keys? Because I feel like they'll add a unique to them. They keep increasing the rate at which you can get Epic Vault Keys. And I do feel like, since there's no unique loot in Epic Vault Keys, they are eventually going to get to the point where they might consider adding a unique to it. That's the main reason I've hoarded Epic Vault Keys. That, and if they ever do a buff to Vault Keys, it also applies to Epic Vault Keys. So even though I've used all my Vault Keys at this point, because I was saving them for when they did a buff, and I actually saved them until the December buff. They buffed it last year's December, where they added more orbs to the drop table, and I saved all my Vault Keys for that over the years. I think we had like 6,000 or something, and we used it all for that. But I'm saving all my Epic Vault Keys for either a general Vault Key buff, because that would also affect Epic Vault Keys. But what I'm really saving them for, ideally, is if Epic Vault Keys ever get a unique drop. As currently, there's nothing in Epic Vault Keys that isn't in normal Vault Key. But given that they've made Epic Vault Keys substantially easier to get than when they were first released, there is a chance they might eventually add some kind of unique mythic, or boss troop, or some other thing to the Epic Vault Key drop table. And that's the main reason why I hoard them. And worst comes to worst, if they ever do another Vault Key buff, it also applies to Epic Vault Keys. As any buff to Vault Keys also to Epic Vault Key. Yeah, we'll take that. Get our poke, and we're good to go. Okay, I guess we're just using over battles. I originally wasn't, and then I was like, might as well. That will end on this Valraven here. That will end on this Valraven here. We still have a good handful of other dailies we still need to go do. Might as well split up the rest of the Bounty Hunter over the rest of the weekend. Even though we did that little strategy to help speed up the earlier fights. Bounty Hunter still takes like an hour and a half even with that strategy. So we'll save the rest of the time for the rest of the weekend. I don't need to rush it all tonight. Actually, it's literally impossible for us to even rush it all tonight. Because the strategy that we're using, we don't have enough sigils to even finish it tonight, even if we use everything. But that's by design, because we're trying to utilize it down to the very last free one that we get. All the way on Sunday. Because the whole point is to Try to maximize speed while just barely getting enough points. Which does mean you have to be really careful not to lose Valravens, though. That's the only weird thing with this strategy. One of the reasons I always would use, 4 troops the whole time is there is a small chance you lose Valraven. And with the strategy that we did, we can only lose, like, 1 Valraven or 0 until, wait. Why does it feel like we're so much closer? No, it's the same amount. For a second, I thought it was like, wait, did they change it to give him double points on top of everything else? But no, it's still the same thing. It just seems like we're really close because for whatever reason, it goes from like small numbers to 80,000 for the final one. It scales a lot weirder than some other modes. Like compared to like the scaling of like Invasion, for example, where it goes like, oh, it's like 2,000-ish, then like 2,250, then like 2,750, then 3,000. Then, whoa, it drops down to 1,500. And then you look at something like, that mode, and it's like, oh, it's like 20,000, then 30, then 40, and then 80. It like doubles out of nowhere. When it was already such a big number. Oh, speaking of which, should we do some invasion battles? Where are we in guild? We're not in dead last. I think we're in a pretty good position. We're in a pretty good position right now. We did a huge contribution. EXPs, you guys stay there, don't get claimed. Adventure board, gems, let's go grab our gems. Oh yeah, let me go ahead at the first code. We still have cat and dog codes. Definitely feel free to leave a like on stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. But here you guys go. Have your kitty. No, I think this is doggy. Also, we only have about a week left of these. And then we are out of pet codes. Though we will have one more pet code for Talk Like a Pirate Day, as well as a hat, as well as an eye patch. Thanks to Isabel. And we'll have that on the 19th on Talk Like a Pirate Day. And then we're out of pet codes for like weeks. Because I only got one for this entire month. And it's the Talk Like a Pirate Day one that we'll hand out on Talk Like a Pirate Day. Anyways, what we're doing, what mode did I even click on? Oh yeah, we're doing the daily for the thing. You know what, this seems fine, why not, sure. Not the most optimal one to be running for this exact mode, but honestly, it's still pretty quick, so we'll run it. As long as Diamantina gets full mana initially, this will be just as quick as using the other team. The problem is when it doesn't get full mana, it'll be slower than using the other team, but oh well. We're already hovering over it, we're going to use it. And we'll hand out the other code in a little bit. You still need to go do Underspire and everything. Also, Underspire is still broken from the change that they made. I'm not sure when we're getting compensation for that, or what on earth they're doing for compensation. But gosh, is that thing a mess. Whatever on earth just happened with Underspire this week. Because it got reset, but technically it didn't get reset. And then all your battles and torches went away, as well as all the gems you spent on them. Top 3, top 3, top 3? No, web trap. No, staircase, that's basically a trap. Okay. You know what, web, actually, yeah, we'll go cleanse. Because I can't use my mana accumulators properly. It's almost like them being silenced, but not silenced. Like, we can cast our ability, but it's going to do nothing. What if pirate pet code is 31 copies? No. Actually, it barely has any claims, too. They reduced down the amount of claims that it has. I guess they were handing out a little bit too many pets before, because, yeah, they definitely are. But now they're handing out too little. And hopefully we can meet a middle ground there. Like, there's one per month is just like a tease at that point. Though 30 plus per month was a little bit too many. But hopefully we can get some kind of middle ground there. Or we can hand out like 5-ish a month. Well, better than getting nothing extra on them, if nothing else. Also, can you stop summoning? This team is not good for that. We don't have particularly good counterplay to you constantly resummoning every 5 seconds. While also feeding you full mana every other turn. You need full mana. You need full mana. Everything needs full mana. Alright, what's the game plan here? Are we just soft locked? Do I need to go get a different team? Because this team really does not want to kill them. He's just going to keep resummoning and I have no way to target him and I don't have stun for or any other mechanic unless we can get full mana right now. That'd be great. Come on, extra turn Cascade. Where's our most likely area? I could try for red from Sky. Didn't get it. Got Skull though. I guess we just got all the mana at once. Oh, that's not going to work out, is it? Retreat. Yeah, it's the first time we used retreat on a new screen. Alright, fine. We'll go bring out... you know what? Let's bring Red Dragon Loop. Red Dragon Loop is fun. Let's use Red Dragon Loop for Guild War today. I mean, not Guild War. Guild War's next week. For dungeon. You do no damage, but you still do this full amount of red spam. So hopefully everyone just cleanses next turn, and then we just wipe. Perfect. Okay, well, he cleansed. That's technically enough to win off of, so... If we really wanted to, we could just keep casting this until we win. And honestly, I'm about to. Actually, let me just cleanse off the thing. This is why we have Wand. Actually, it's like one of the whole reasons why we have Wand. So we could do that, then do that, then do this, and do that again, and repeat the whole cycle. Then go hit the thing that's actually has HP value because they keep getting... They literally rolled every 25% they have. Every single thing that had a 25% chance to resummon on that team rolled their 25% chance to resummon. That is so unlucky. What is with Dungeon today? He just refuses to let us kill it. This might be one of the unluckiest Dungeon days we've ever had. Triple 25% resummon. Yeah, compensation for Underspire is probably going to take a little while. Hopefully it's something pretty big. I'm not sure how they're going to go about it. Because how do they compensate gems that weren't spent? Because they made it so spending gems would be less enticing. So we spent a lot less gems this week. But the change that they made it so we would have gotten less loot. Like, the most ideal compensation would be if they mailed to every single person in the game the reward for lanterning every final room. Are they going to do that? No. But they really should. It would also entice people to actually play Underspire, because they could be getting that loot technically every week. But the compensation they should do for literally every player in the entire game is give the loot that you would get if you lantern every boss room. All 7 of them. Let's see. What do we need here? Take that one over. There's no way they're going to do that, but they definitely should do that. I know, it's going to be like 50 gems or something. My biggest concern is they're going to do compensation based on how much you spent. But I spent way less because of how janky it was this week. Which would be kind of annoying if they do it that way. Because then you get rewarded more for wasting more gems this week. But we don't know how they're going to compensate, so you could get punished more if you spend more gems this week. So we have no clue what to do. If it's better to spend less gems or more. I'm personally just spending less. Just in case their compensation is horrible for people who did spend gems. But sometimes their compensation for people who spend gems makes it so just wasting as many gems as possible is more beneficial than spending none. There's been a couple instances like that. But we have no clue which type of compensation they're doing. If it'll be worth it or not worth it. So I'm just spending very minimal on it this week and just going for double silver. Anyways, what we're doing, we cleared out Dungeon, we cleared out that. Speaking of Underspire, let's go to Underspire now. So what are we doing right now? We are in the 3rd section. Currently trying to find the door, which should be somewhere in this direction. Alright, what do we even need here? We'll take a... Yeah, we'll take all that mess. Why not? Oh, I was about to take that next turn. Is it even worth casting that compared to Sculling? Probably not. Can we take Skull again? No, you gain Barrier. Oh, no, that's not really good one. I actually want to go take him out with Explode. As weird as that may seem. The main reason I did it that way is because he loses effect from it. His Barrier. So we do that to kill... oh yeah, he has 100%... No, he has 50% revive. With full mana. You don't transform though, you just summon. So you don't actually do anything, you just kind of sit there. Oh, so I keep forgetting, we have Lamish too. Remember that troop I keep putting on this team in hopes that it gets good alignment? I have no clue if we are or aren't because I never cast it. Kinda keep forgetting it's even there. Kinda keep forgetting about it. Since when have they been giving good compensations? There has been some really rare situations. I'm trying to think of the mode that they did most recently, where they gave like a ridiculous amount of compensation for anyone who spent resources. I can't remember which event it was. Because I know I didn't spend that much on it, but some people did. Why do I feel like it was one of the Tower of Dooms? I honestly cannot remember. But there was one like a month or two back where they gave absurdly good compensation based on how many gems you spent. Where it was actually better to have spent gems than to not have spent gems. But that's fairly rare. Does not happen that often. Because the compensation outweighed the value of how much gems you spent, to the point where if you spent infinite gems, the compensation was better than otherwise. What on earth is the path here? Well, we actually already know. What am I saying? It's higher level. Though people have mentioned that higher level eventually does fail on primary path. I have not seen it happen yet. And it has at least 98% accurate. So we're going to just keep doing it until it fails. And then I'm probably never going to do it again. And then we're going to keep going the wrong way because I'm going to be like wondering why this doesn't work. But no, it's like 98% plus accurate. Like we're always going to be doing it. It's never failed us a single time. And even if it does eventually fail us, it's just so absurdly accurate that you'd still do it. Because it not working would have to be an absurd outlier. With how many times it has worked. Are we not dead yet? Like we have backup summon. Steam has like backups inside of backups. Not the quickest of things. I do want to like eventually use the insta-kill team, but I still feel like we're not deep enough to get value from insta-kill. There's the door. Alright, now let's figure out where on earth the path is. Something we still have not been able to deduce after all the strategies, and I'm starting to think it is actually just completely random. I think there might legitimately be no strategy for finding boss room. That, or a lot of strategies are only like maybe 75% accurate, so it's hard to tell like what does and doesn't work. Like, a fourth of the time it might still just fail even with the correct strategy. So I feel like this is one of the really underrated dragons in the game. There's just very few modes you would ever bother bringing it out. We got a Doom 85, we got a 78, and we got a 56. What do we think? Go middle? Go highest? What's weird is they're all a double path. Well, this one's technically a single in a sense, but they're all a double path. If I was to guess where it is based on location, which we've done in the past, and it has actually been somewhat good for us. If I was to do it purely on location, I would think the room is over here. Like right there. The most likely two routes that get us there is there or there. And I'm leaning towards this one. We're going to go over here to this dead end. We'll try this dead end first, and then figure out where the rest of the non-dead ends are. But let's go see what this does. Alright, we'll take this one over. But if I was to do it based on location, which honestly was a strategy we did in the past, that honestly wasn't that bad. Didn't have the best rates, but it had far from the worst strategy. So we're just going to do it. And do it based on approximate location of where it would be. Let's see if it gets us anywhere. Lammer Stew, can you do anything? Yes, you can. Honestly, there's probably been like a billion Lammer Stew casts I just keep ignoring because I keep forgetting we even have her on our team. I'm not sure why. I keep thinking this is like a team of 3 troops for some reason. I just never cast her. This part should just kill the gate outright. Because that thing can actually hit us pretty hard with its ability. Because it does it based on how much armor it has, and we have torn none of its armor. Alright, does this give us any more or less confidence? Oh, should we do one-off method? Oh, we got an 86 and an 85. One-off has failed us before. However, it does have a pretty good track record. Let's go down 86. It's one level higher than 85. And while this might fail us, it has had a pretty good track record of not failing us, so let's see. If it does fail us again, I do not believe in one-off method anymore. But if it works here, I still have some hope in it. In its future of potentially maybe giving us the right room. Because it has been right way more than it's been wrong. Which is exactly why it's going to be wrong again. But no, its rate of being right has been like 90-95%. We can't let the few times where it's been wrong deter us from going into that. Oh wait, this could be a 4-off though. How confident are we that this is a 4-off? This is either dead end or 4-off. Let's go for 4-off. Let's go for it. This is a trick 4-off. Was it the same path as Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, the earlier rooms were, but we barely had anything scouted. One thing we do know is I do know where my bronze is. So later at the end of this week, which we only have 2 more days left, we need to go and... Oh yeah, that reminds me. Everyone remind me, I need to lantern the 4th section. Wait, aren't we in the 4th section right now? Wait, are we in 3rd or 4th? Oh, this is gonna be weird because I'm not used to lanterning midway through. Wait, what section are we technically in? I need to remember how silver token even works. I'm so used to always just doing it on gold. I need to think this out before we go into this next room, assuming it's the boss room, which it might be. Honestly, I'm pretty confident this is about to be the boss room in front of us. Let's see. Even though it's a 4-off. Though we've definitely seen weirder. No, it was a room, but it was the merchant. What was I about to go say? Oh yeah, what section are we in right now? We're in the second. Okay, we're in the 3rd. So next section would be the one we have to go use lantern on. But no, it's the merchant. It was a room, but it was not the room we're looking for. Does that mean... you know what? Last time, boss room was the other side of this. We're going to try it. But yeah, one-off still finds you rooms. It's not always the boss room, though. But let me go down this path. I'm curious what's over here. Because last time we had a double arch like this, one side was merchant and one side was boss room. Which doesn't happen too often, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Just buy the key? No. There's no point. We're not going that deep. It's not like we're trying to hit gold. If we were, we definitely would. If this was a weak attempt to actually get, or you know, if this was like a week-long attempt to get to gold and we were like at this position, then yes, we would definitely be hitting that door right now. But we're just aiming for silver. It's been our goal since the reset. Skip some of the progress. Was that hello, Tyrion, if I didn't already say hi? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I just assume you've been here like the entire stream. Alright, so that's dead end. Okay. Well, where do we think it is now? Double path on highest level or lowest level path? I still think it's over here. I still think it's over here, so I'm going down. I'm going down to lowest level. I feel like they would put it over there. All good, Tyrion. Are you hyped for the Pokemon DLC? Isn't that next week? Like next Friday? Because we're probably going to stream it that weekend. Even the day of, we'll see. The only problem with midday streams right now is the people who were originally doing... remember when we couldn't really stream that much that one year during midday streams because there's a bunch of housework being done to the roof and some other things? They're actually coming back to do some things as of recently. Mostly because there was some damage on it again from when it wasn't fully fixed from the hurricane. And they're basically coming back just to do some patchwork and stuff. And it's not as noisy as it was before. But gosh, do they still make a lot of noise. It's still been kind of noisy. It's nowhere near as bad as it was at the peak of them doing it, though. But yeah, they've been starting to do that again. Let's see. I'll take that. What are you doing surviving with 2 HP? Luckily you're burned, so it just goes down anyways. Yeah, he'll take a thing. We'll take a skull. We'll do whatever. We'll poke him. And as match. One, two, three. Is it either dead end or a 4 off? Alright, we're just gonna go for it. Please be a 4 off. This is probably dead end. It seems like it's gonna be a dead end if the other one was as well. Because 4 offs aren't that common. But the fact that they exist makes me, whenever I see one, be like, ah, maybe it is. Let's see. We'll take that one over. But yeah, I still feel like a week or two ago, they did something to Underspire to make it slightly different. It's either our luck has been so unlucky, or they slightly tweaked Underspire the last, like, week or two. Because it feels so drastically different than it initially did. That or we just been that unlucky. Let's see. We'll take that one over. And we just had a couple of really lucky weeks in a row. Hey! There we go. 4 off boss room. Alright, so this is not the one we need a lantern. The next one is. Because this is some useless loot, but then the next one is silver. For the 4th section, I believe. Let's hope so. Right? Because, can anyone confirm? 3rd section is not silver, right? I'm pretty sure it's 4th. I'm pretty sure 3rd is something really irrelevant. I don't remember what it is. Which means it's something pretty bad. I'm pretty sure it was 4th that was the silver. So this would be the one that we just take normally. So let's go do it. We'll find out in several seconds. Nope, it is silver. No, this one isn't. But yeah, the 4th section's silver. So next section we have to go use the lantern. And then we're done with Underspire. So we have 2 days battles worth to try to get to the silver. Then we lantern it, and then we're good to go. We'll get double silver. Which, you know, not as good as double gold, but costs us a lot less gems. I guess technically, in theory. And we can still go back for the bronze orb as well. Because we actually know exactly where it is, so if we still have some torches near the end, which we definitely should, we'll basically be buying a bronze orb for like 50 gems, which is super cheap. So we're definitely going to go back for it, even if we need to spend an extra tier. As a looking key! Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, it's Orb of Wisdom, yeah. It's one of those really bad ones. Actually, isn't Section 3 like the worst loot out of any of them? It was like the worst of the worst, which is probably why I forget what's even in there. I do recall it being like the worst loot of any of the options. Out of every single combination. It is for whatever reason the worst, even though it's the 3rd one. Because you would assume as you go deeper, the rewards get better. That is not the case. Look at how bad that is. Orb of Wisdom and 3 gem keys. They desperately overvalue Orb of Wisdom if that's the loot in Section 3. Okay, and there we go. And now we have 2 days to go through 1 section, which should be very doable. And Max will spend 100 gems. Ideally, we'll spend 50 gems, though we might still have to spend 100 gems because I want to backtrack to our boss room that should be right there because it's the same layout as before and go get our bronze orb for only 50 gem cost. Which means we have 28 torches to find and take the boss room in the next section. And then we need like 5 to go reach this bronze room for a guaranteed bronze because we know where it is. Since this is the same layout as before. Alright, and that's our game plan. Well, we'll do that over the next 2 days. Anyways, let's go hand out doggy code. Or cat code. Because I think we just handed out doggy. Let's see. That's why you told me to buy the key, but we don't need it though. A key would have cost us 300 gems, and we're about to spend only 100 gems to get it done. There was no need to get the key. Because for 100 gems more, we're going to finish the entire event. And still probably get the bronze. Oh, there you guys go. Or by the entire event, I mean, you know, as far as we wanted to go. This week, because the glitchiness happened earlier. Since we're only stopping at silver. But there you guys go. Enjoy the code. And if you feel free to leave a like on stream, helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Could give same loot as always, just put a kitty in it. And it's one of our last few kitties. I think we only have like a week left of the cat and dogs. But still enough time to try to get it maxed. We've gotten ours pretty far. Not all the way there yet, though. They should be maxed pretty soon, though. Let me check upgradable. No. Oh, wait. I've had this starry puppy here this whole time and I haven't maxed him. I'm going to do that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, we're starting to dip into white pet food. Ooh. Well, maybe I should start getting some more of the colors. Also, why on earth do we have so much yellow pet food? What happened? Have they not been releasing yellow pets or something? How on earth do we have so much yellow pet food? Wait, I just noticed this now. I have more yellow pet food than every other color combined. What happened? What on earth happened there? Like, why is there such a gigantic disparity? Oh, and there's the kitty code. Oh, speaking of yellow pet food, is it because of Tail Chaser? What's going on here? How do I have so much yellow pet food? And there's another 5 yellow. And what's this 20 gems for? Oh, upgrading our pet. Alright, there we go. Anyways, what dailies have we not finished? Because I think we finished most everything now. I didn't do invasion yet, so I should probably help the guild. Which is not the last thing. I think we might have done everything else. Because we did the daily without trying. Well, we did have to do 1 delve, but beyond that, we didn't need to do anything. Which actually one nice thing about the daily, too. A lot of the objectives you get on most of the days, not always, but a lot of the objectives are things that get done automatically that you literally spend 0 time on because you already would have been doing them. Which is kind of nice. I wish all of the options were like that. Because sometimes you do have to go out of your way. Because, you know, we don't personally play a delve each day. And when it says, like, 5 PvP, I don't normally do PvP each day. But, you know, things like these, like, regardless of what you're doing in the game, you'll be doing that. Well, I guess unless you're doing Dust Devil Quick Kill, you might not get that. But, like, this one, for example, you could be doing literally anything in the game and you'll automatically get that. Anyways, we did that. Yeah, I think the only thing we have to go do now is, help our guild with invasion. And since it's not finished yet, yeah, we'll go help them. We got, like, 6 battles left. Then we'll go claim all the loot at once, because I've just been hoarding it all for one big claim. And we're still using the Sora Mordain double Eye of Argus and the obligatory Iron Maiden build. Iron Maiden for the double points, the rest of the team to actually win. Alright, let's see. Take the skull. Take a skull. Guess what we're doing next turn. Okay, take a skull. And could you guess what we're doing next turn? That's right. The skull's gonna take itself. We don't even need to take the skull. Okay, let's pass our turn. Honestly, we just literally wait for Eye of Argus to auto-win the... If there was an end turn button, we would just be spamming it. It would be quicker than actually doing our turn. And Eye of Argus would just handle the rest. I have no problem for the goat. Enjoy. Valraven Tower. Like normal Valravens, except tower form. And technically harder to kill, but less or more mana cost they need to get, so honestly not too bad. Like they have 2 colors, so technically it's like 8 per thing. But because they're normally not mass mana accumulating, it normally takes them longer to get mana than a normal Valraven. Oh, we don't have a follow-up kill. Well, actually, isn't that enough damage still? Yeah, it is. Hey, still at 1-shot range. The Maiden should almost always be at 1-shot range because she has double magic for this event. The other guy doesn't, but he does have 1.5 times skull damage when he has Enrage. So, basically the whole premise is she will always one-shot with ability and he will always one-shot with skull. At least in theory. As well as in practice, unless you're going super deep on the leaderboard. Alright, Valraven, go. Because we're already out of fights, if not. Gosh, that went quick. Oh, yeah, there it is, one more. That went super quick still, though. This team is so broken. Though, in all fairness, he's among one of the strongest invasion troops that have ever existed. And now we have Eye of Argus, something that didn't actually exist when he used to exist. And that combination is just, like, very broken. It's actually kind of dumb how broken this is for invasion. I think it's the most broken combo we've actually ever seen for invasion. It's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, invasion troop that has ever existed. Combined with giving him infinite skulls on top of an ability that already allows him to insta-kill with skulls on everything. It's kind of broken. Like, he was already good even without Eye of Argus on that week. Like, he had almost no ways to get skulls. Like, I think it was like Inferno King or something else, and he was still amazing. Actually, I think he did have that one Empower Skull option, but beyond that, wasn't much. But gosh, Eye of Argus is just so much better for it. Look how quick that is. We're already done. Wow, that was quick. And now we're not at the bottom. We're like near the bottom, but not the bottom. Anyways, anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Any other anythings? Otherwise, I think we have done all the things. We're keeping our mail nice and warm for Guild War next week, where we shall throw down 1 billion XP bonuses. Also, we're gonna have a very long stream on Wednesday if we win Guild War on Tuesday. Wednesday night stream's gonna be like 2 hours long. Because I'm going to use every XP boost, or at least a good number of them. Maybe not all of them, because it will be like, we're going to be here forever on Wednesday if we do. But we're probably going to use like 3, 4 XP boosts on Wednesday. Because the only other event we have is Pet and Guild War, so we'll do Guild War. And then we pretty much just run XP. Like, we'll probably do Guild War, then do the dailies. And then the rest of the stream will literally just be claiming every last XP we have. Or maybe not all of them, obviously, just to split up a little bit. Maybe all of them, because we won't know for sure if we win every single day, so we have to use a couple days ahead, because we don't know if we're going to win, like, let's say, like, on the day of or the following day. So, you know, we have to use them preemptively. So even though it goes until that date, like, we'd probably want to ideally just use all of them on the first opportunity we have, just in case we somehow go on a losing streak on a guild and go, like, 4 days without getting a win. So yeah, if we win on Tuesday, we might actually just run, like, an hour and a half of boosted XP, or almost 2 hours of boosted XP. Because we'd have 6 of them stored, which is an hour and a half. And then we'll have 1 for the day of, because we'll use that one the day of for once. So that means we'll have an hour and 45 minutes of boosted XP. So yeah, that's going to be a very long stream. wait. Isn't that Talk Like a Pirate Day too? No. That's a different day. Never mind. That's just a normal Wednesday. It's the following week that's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Yeah, I think it's the 19th that's Talk Like a Pirate Day. 18th, 19th? Yeah, I think it's 19th. But anyways, yeah, it's the week after that week. But we're going to have a really long stream on Wednesday, assuming we win on Tuesday for Guild War. Is there a special day in Guild War? Well, the special day I'm referring to is when you win Guild War, you get 100% XP bonus the following day. And while we haven't tested with it yet, due to how XP works, this booster for 15 minutes will likely double the 100% bonus you get from Guild War. Meaning the Guild War bonus alone would be 200% extra XP bonus, combined with all the other XP you would normally have, which is a very big number. Like 200% extra XP bonus, to put it in perspective, 200% XP bonus is more than our current total XP bonus right now. And we'd be having that just from the Guild War bonus alone. Well, you know, combined with the double. But that's not counting the full amount of double. That's just the double that's applied to the Guild War. But yeah, it's a lot of extra XP. But we'll be able to use that hopefully next Wednesday. Assuming we win first Tuesday. If not, we just do it the following day. We'll do it on Thursday. Unless we somehow lose both of them, in which case it's kind of bad. But hopefully we'll win 1 to 2 days, ideally Tuesday into Wednesday. Anyways, any other questions? What I missed? You accidentally claimed both of your things for 30-minute XP? No! Yeah, I've been dreading that. I'm surprised I haven't yet. I've been really careful not to. It's one of the reasons why you saw so many unclaimed mails earlier. Because I never want to do it on mobile, because I know for sure I'm going to misclick it on if I'm ever like claiming tribute on mobile. So I don't even come into this menu when I'm on mobile. But yeah, I haven't claimed all yet. And I hope I never do, because that would be so bad. I really wish they would just make that like a Palooza, where you could just click a button and activate it. It's really clunky how you have to do it now and just do mail stacking. But hopefully it'll change that in the future, because they'll see a bunch of people doing this, and it's like, oh, let's just make it like a Palooza completely. Because the most ideal thing it would be is they make a new currency called, like, the 15-minute XP token, like, literally that icon. Just make it a currency, and then to claim your currency, you go to Games, then to Soulforge, then to Other, and then add a thing that's literally like Palooza, where you go in here, you click on the 15-minute XP booster, you click Claim, click Start, and then boom, you craft your 15-minute XP boost, kind of like how you do a Palooza. That would be the best solution for it. I hope they do. Though I'm not sure if they ever do. Because it's going to get really clunky in the long term. For the most part, I will be using it every single day. The only time I'm ever going to stall them is for Guild War. There's not a single other time I won't. And the only reason we're doing it for Guild War is because getting double onto the 100% XP bonus of Guild War is so broken beyond belief as far as how much XP that is. And that's the only reason I'm doing it for that. But for every other day, I'm just going to be using it a day of. Like, for example, 2 weeks from now, when there's no Guild War or even remotely close, we're just going to use it every day and do it as intended, where we, you know, we do the daily and then we claim our 15 minutes and then we do like 15 minutes of Dust Devil Quick Kill. We just kind of do that every day. But I will only stall them for Guild War, because this is really annoying to do. It's not worth stalling them for, like, Vault Event or anything. Only Guild War. Let's see. Your fridge is calling. Yeah, I'm actually should probably go grab a bite, too. I'm still hungry from earlier. Let's see. Just double checking through chat. You saw that the new Hourglass gem will do It's Scary. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I assume the Hourglass gem is for next season, which is in a couple weeks from now. What, 4 weeks from now? 5 weeks? It's like a month from now. Which day is best to use the XP bonus in Guild War? It's the day after. It's the day that after you won. So let's say, assumably, you win on Tuesday Guild War. You would then want to use all your XP boost on Wednesday. If you lose on Tuesday Guild War, you would then need to win on Wednesday Guild War so you can use them on Thursday. The way that the XP boost works in Guild War is it applies to the following day. So if you win on Tuesday, you would then use them all on Wednesday. If you win on Wednesday, you would use them all on Thursday, so on and so forth. You would use all of them the day after you win Guild War. Is basically how that would work. And that would give you the full amount of bonus. Because you'd then be able to double the 100% bonus from Guild War while still getting all your other doubled. So it comes down heavily on when you actually win Guild War. Though there is a problem with you could win or lose multiple Guild Wars in a row. Which could be very problematic because then, you know, you don't get to claim them. Or you might have to use one a day early. Because you don't want these to expire. If they expire, I'm pretty sure they do nothing. We currently don't know what happens when they expire, but if it's like anything else in the game, you just completely lose it. So if they expire, you're not going to get 15 minutes to use it. It's just going to be gone. So if you're, like, for example, let's say you have one that's about to expire in, like, you know, 6 hours and you lost that Guild War, you know, you'd still have to go claim it on that day. Because you can't keep stalling it until you win because it would expire by then. So you might have to... It's one of the reasons why I've used the other days up already. Like, I think we used one the other day. Or actually, technically 2. Have we used 1 or 2 so far? I think we only used 1. Because I used that one from the other day because it would have expired before we won any of the Guild War days. So I used it just to kind of see what it would do. Because it wouldn't have lasted that long. Because of the 1 week timer on it. Let's see. You plan to ignore Guild War till last day to do the battle then? Wait, are you in a guild of 1 person? Or up against guild that's a bracket where you can just win by doing that? Because you need the Guild War win in order to trigger them. But anyways, guys, I'll catch all of you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. And yeah, best of luck with the bounty event. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And we'll go from there. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.